You've been told either directly by somebody that you know or just by society in general that success is key and that is what women are looking for. That if you build it, the woman will come. And so you're asking yourself, I've done it all, I've built my business, I have this, I have that, and I'm still struggling. So why isn't it working? Why does your success keep attracting the wrong type of woman? Women who seem more interested in what you have than who you are. And why do the women that you actually want, the sharp, the self-sufficient, the emotionally intelligent ones, the ones who have healed, still feel somehow out of reach? That's what we're getting into today. Welcome to the Dating Rulebook is Wrong series. I'm Mariana, dating and relationship coach. And today we're going to talk about the financial status fixation, what women actually value, and why leading with your success, quote unquote, resume keeps attracting the wrong type of partner. Let's get honest. Here is the thing about using your success as an attraction strategy. It works, sure, but it works like a filter. And depending on how you're using it, it's filtering for the wrong thing. Success is attractive, right? We all know this. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it isn't. Security, ambition, the ability to build something, to provide, those qualities are genuinely compelling to women. But here is where it gets nuanced. Success is attractive for different reasons for different women. And so when you lead with just your accomplishments, when that's the only thing you're putting forward, you're selecting for women who are primarily attracted to what you have, not who you are, because that's what you're showing. And that distinction will quietly ruin any relationship that you try to build from that starting point. So let's talk about what financial attraction is and what it isn't. Resources and security are real factors. They're important. I'm not dismissing that at all. Stability does matter to women. A man with direction and ability to build a life, that's all genuinely appealing. I'm not saying it's not. But here is what I've seen with working with women and men. For a woman who has her own income, her own ambitions, her own life, your money is interesting context, but it's not the thing. It is not a substitute for your character, your emotional presence, or your ability to actually connect with her as a human being. However, for a woman who's primarily attracted to you just for your income and your success, that relationship has a ceiling. Because if the income ever changes, if something were to happen where you're not making as much money, where you hit a nosedive in terms of career, etc., you will spend your entire relationship worried about whether or not she's going to leave, whether she's still attracted to you, wondering if the connection is actually real. Often, it isn't. When you lead with success in dating, this is what it actually attracts. See, I see this pattern with so many men. They put their accomplishments forward, right? Their business, the travel, the lifestyle, the investments, career, the cars, and they get women. Oh, they get a lot of women, but not the right ones. They get women who are auditioning, essentially, for a role in their life, not women who are genuinely interested in the man living it. Not what he has, but in the man himself. And these men, smart, perceptive men, often feel it. There's something hollow about it. She's interested, but he still doesn't feel chosen, because I think here's what happens. There's a lot of talk of women wanting to feel chosen, but men feel that too. Men also want to feel chosen. Men also want to feel special. Men also want to feel like they matter, right? But when you choose a woman that was just attracted to your success, you're not going to feel chosen. You will just feel selected. And that feeling of uneasiness is information. That's worth paying attention to. This is what high quality, self-sufficient women actually want. Emotional presence. And I don't mean therapy speak or emotional performances from you, but they want a man who is curious about her, who asks questions and listens, like actually listens to her, who is interested in her interior world. A man who wants to know what she thinks, what she fears, what her goals are, what her dreams are, not just how she looks or how she enhances his life. A man who makes her feel like a person, not a prize. That is what separates the men who attract high quality women from the men who attract a woman who just wants a lifestyle upgrade. The very skills that make you successful, the optimization, the leadership, the confidence, the problem solving, those same skills applied to a relationship often create exactly the kind of emotional distance that drives high quality women away. Because love doesn't respond to optimization. A woman cannot be managed to feel close to you. You can't control that. You cannot provide your way into intimacy. You cannot throw success and get intimacy. You cannot lead her and force her into trusting you. The tools that build success are not the tools that build relationships. And so until a man understands that, he will keep doing what works everywhere else in his life and wondering why his relationships keep failing or why he's attracting the wrong type of women. And here's what I've seen time and time again with men I work with. The most successful men, the ones with the most impressive lives on paper, are sometimes the loneliest, right? Because they have spent years building the external and almost zero time developing the internal. They know how to impress, they know how to make the money, but they don't know how to be known. They don't know how to just be without throwing success into trying to build connections. And there's often a woman in their life who can feel that for all his accomplishments, he's not really showing up, that she's just adjacent to his life, not inside it. Listen, a woman who wants a real relationship with you doesn't need to be constantly impressed by you. She needs to feel chosen by you as a person, not as an achievement blocked. Because when you focus too much on success and what you have, throwing out all these qualities, what kind of person are you going to attract when you do that? So let your life and authentic energy speak for itself. Stop leading with the success and the impressive resume. Start leading with curiosity. Ask her questions she doesn't expect. Be genuinely interested in the things that she has to say. Be present with her. Show emotional intelligence. Show that you notice things, that you remember things. Show that you're paying attention to her. That type of presence make a successful man genuinely rare. Because let me tell you, most successful men have not developed them. They're too busy focused on success. Presence is what's attractive. Being genuine is what's attractive, not the income, your presence, your authentic energy. So if you've built an impressive life and you're doing great in your career, you're making the money, but you still can't figure out why your relationships keep failing, why you keep attracting the wrong type of woman, that's not a success problem. It's a presence problem, and it's completely solvable. That's exactly what I help men work through. Book a call, link in the description. Let's figure out what's actually going on and what to do about it. I'll see you in the next one. Okay? Okay.